There are a lot of Pikachu shorts. Someone should rank them all. Let's do this, TXM style. If I was just to ask you, how many Pikachu shorts do you reckon there are in, like, the history of Pokemon? A Pikachu short being a short anime short of about 20 minutes. I know, 20 minutes, that is slapped in front of most movies and, you know, like, DVDs or something. How many do you reckon there are? There's 27.
What the hell?
But we can reduce this number a tad. Only 18 were released in English, and out of those 18, only 17 still survive. There is a missing Pikachu short called, it's like Pokemon 4D, Pikachu's Ocean Adventure, and it's just missing. It just no longer exists. Fair enough. But that still leaves us with 17 20-minute shorts. And I watched all of them. Because I hate myself. Oh my god, it was really, really mind-numbing. You see, once you reach short number, well, 5, you start to realize, maybe I'm a bit above the intended target demographic. One of them literally has throughout it, friendship is power, they won because of friendship. And it's like, maybe this isn't intended for 18-year-olds. But anyway, I watched them all, so now you guys have to suffer through me ranking them all. I'll explain briefly what each one is as we go through them. And, let's go!
Guys, I think it hatched.
Let's take a look!
I did it!
There's only one bad Pikachu short, which I know is, like, pretty unexpected. But the only bad one is Pikachu's Island Adventure. It's the only one that feels like really, really blatantly patronizing, and I felt offended as an 18-year-old boy. It's the only one that really decides, let's use the narrator to dub the Pokemon, and let's have the narrator, like, say, Pikachu said, go and suck a dick. Obviously that's not what Pikachu said, but it's along those lines, and essentially, it just feels so insanely condescending all the way through, and just, I hate this word, but cringe. I cannot describe this short in any other word than cringe. Essentially, Meowth is like running an island, and he kicks some Wynaughts off of it, and Pikachu has to go and help the Wynaughts get back onto the island. The plot doesn't matter, it's a Pikachu short. And the thing with the Pikachu shorts is what they're generally pretty good at, is showing, not telling. This short decides, no, wrong, let's do the opposite. And it really, really sucks. This is probably the only one that's painful to get through. All the other ones are just kind of boring. This one just straight up sucks. It's like we move on from that Pikachu short, Pikachu's Island Adventure, to number 16, Snorlax Snowman, which is an example of one that's just so insanely not, like, interesting. It's not that it's bad by any means, it's perfectly alright, but you watch it and then after it you go, okay, I'm never gonna think about that again. Essentially, it's a parody of the snowman. The Pikachu and the boys make a snowman, and it's a Snorlax, and it comes to life and helps them have a fun time or something, and that's it. I've described it, now you've seen the short. There is nothing more to it. There's a whirlpool at one point, that sticks in my mind, but aside from that, just pretty mind-numbing and boring. Let's now jump a lot further along to Meloetta's Moonlight Serenade. Another one of those ones that's just pretty dull, all things considered. Essentially in this one, Meloetta, I don't know, is pretty cool. Meowth's kind of horny and wants some Meloetta berries. There's something called something like that. And so people are trying to get these berries. I'm gonna be honest, don't remember what Pikachu and the gang were doing. I know Meowth was really, really thirsty for those berries. And that's essentially the short. In my head, that's all that's left.
He really cared about me.
It's a lot of these Pikachu shorts are going to fall under the same category of, it's a fun watch, but why? And this is probably the one where it's like, there's no reason to watch this. You're going to gain nothing from watching this. It is just a way to spend 20 minutes. And it's not a particularly interesting way. If you want to spend 20 minutes wasted, there are much better Pikachu shorts you can waste your time on. Speaking of wasting time, number 14, Pokemon Pikachu in the Pokemon Music Squad, is the most recent Pikachu short. It's not very good. It basically spends 20 minutes building up to the world's shittest musical number that just does nothing, sounds awful, and is so weak compared to the masterpieces scattered throughout this list of shorts that I just can't vibe with the whole short in its entirety, because it just feels like such a whiff by the end. You know, you go through it, it's like, oh, I'm slightly excited, and you go, oh. What was the need? Another Christmas one, and number 13, Stantler's Little Helpers. This one's mostly this high because of the name, and because there's really, you know, it's got Santa Claus in it. Shout out to Santa Claus. Delibird's dilemma is characterized by a really like psychopathic narrator who's like spends the first bit of the short really hoping that they're gonna drop some, you know, like snowballs on Bulbasaur and just like kill him or something. I really don't know how else to explain it other than that. You have to watch it to believe it. But the rest of the show isn't as interesting. 11's a pretty interesting one. Pikachu Where's the Key, I think it's called. It's basically about Klefki. And there's a bunch of keys and a bunch of other legendaries cameo in it. There's a lot going on. Can't say I quite followed it. And can't say it's quite the most interesting thing and enjoyable thing. But I mean, props to them for the ambition of it, I guess, and the creativity. There's definitely more going on here than like Delibird's dilemma. And so I kind of like it on a lot of levels of just overall, I'm never gonna watch it again. And I'd have no intention to ever do that. Number 10 is Pikachu's Rescue Adventure, which is the one I'm probably the most disappointed by. And it may feel weird that it's this high, but I guess that just goes to show the general quality of these shorts. Pikachu's Rescue Adventure is essentially the first one that follows the original Pikachu's Vacation, that is like kind of that similar same concept of it not being a Christmas short and being just kind of Pikachu and the gang get up to some mischief. I was ecstatic, I was excited, and there were some really cool moments. Generally, these shorts are at their best when they're involving music in some way. And there is definitely some musical moments. There's a moment with an execute, which is really entertaining. But aside from that, a lot of this short is surprisingly forgettable for the cool scenery and Pokemon involved that it is, and just for how iconic you would expect it to be. Because I remembered this from being a kid, and it just didn't live up to expectations at all. I know this is really negative to give a number 10, but like, the good parts still work really well. It's just that overall, I was expecting this to be a top 3-er, and at number 10, that is quite the letdown. Camp Pikachu sees the return of the Pichu Bros. There's also another Wynaut in it. For some reason, they really love Wynauts in these shorts, which is cool, because I love Wynaut too. Camp Pikachu is absolutely fine. I really have nothing else to say about this. There's a funny country song at the beginning where the singer sounds like he's constantly trying not to laugh, and that's quite entertaining. But aside from that, it's a definition of an absolutely fine Pikachu short. Nothing particularly to it, nothing particularly against it, it just exists. Number 8, Christmas Lights, is definitely, it's the first Christmas short. It's definitely the beginning of what I'd call the build-up to a cool climax, which is a lot of these Pikachu shorts. It's a lot of build-up to essentially this big moment at the end, and Christmas Lights nails the big moment at the end with the unveiling of the Christmas lights. It's a really cool moment, it's quite beautiful. And it is definitely worth the short, and it is this high because of that moment. The rest of the short, I don't really care, but the end, nice, very nice. Shout out to Eevee and Friends for sticking to a concept. That's a lie. Shout out to Eevee and Friends for being Eevee and Friends and having some creative stuff to do with that. There's like little houses the Eevees live in. That's pretty neat. It is Sylveon in it, and it's a Gen 5 thing, so Also pretty cool. They have a sesh with watermelons. That's awesome. I would love to have a sesh with watermelons. I think that would be a really good use of my time. Did someone say Christmas short? Yeah, I think someone said Christmas short. What about winter games in number 6? Meowth ice skating, first of all, is me down to a T. And second of all, in this we have the holiday wrap. The holiday wrap. The holiday wrap.
Vacation, time for celebration. Check out the tune that's becoming a sensation. Out in the street, they're all moving to the beat. Dancing so fast you can't even see that beat. Snow, whoa, here we go. A holiday on ice is the best, don't you know? If I had one wish, it would be this. I want every day to be Christmas. Come on, everybody do the holiday rap. Put your hands together, let me hear them. Shake your booty, get your toes to the top. Come on, everybody, do the holiday rap.
The holiday wrap kicks so much ass, it's actually insane. It's a fantastic piece of art. I adore it. What bad can be said about it? Pikachu's Pikaboo is the best concept any of these shorts have, fun fact. It is like, essentially, Pikachu playing hide and seek.
No!
Sick! You don't need any dialogue for that, so it works perfectly. And all you gotta do is have the Pokemon hide and then have Pikachu seek them. It's a beautiful concept. So why isn't it number 1? Because they bloody ditched the concept halfway through for Evil Lawnmower. Don't get me wrong, love Evil Lawnmower. Evil Lawnmower, best Pokemon villain. But also, why are you gonna have such an incredible concept and not freaking stick to it? I don't get it. I don't understand. It really irritates me and makes me cry. Because as cool as Evil Lawnmower is, different short. This is the hide and seek short, and they do nothing with it. They don't play hide and seek in the hide and seek short. Number 4, Kanga's Games is the best Christmas short, first of all. It is essentially a snowball fight between the different Pokemon, and I think it works on every level. I think the comedy is great. I think it's just, I don't know, it's another one of those examples of a really simple, cool concept. Cool, cold. Because it is just them, you know, Pokemon, snowballs, throwing. Meowth makes a big snowball, which rolls at him. Very funny. And I like that little short, you know, interesting, simple concept, because that's what these shorts need. That's stuff that's basically completely devoid of dialogue aside from Meowth and the narrator. And that is, you know, so what you need is something simple which can make the most out of that. Example, snowball fight, and it works. It works. It just works. This is probably the one that most people know aside from the original, and that is the Pikachu and the Pichu Bros. This is iconic. This is really iconic. And honestly, Window Cleaner Meowth is also iconic. But no, this one's another example of one that is really good. Might just be nostalgia, because I remember watching it a lot as a kid. But no, genuinely, the Pichu Bros make for some sick characters as accompaniments to Pikachu. I like his idea of a mentor type character being Pikachu. Honestly, everything about this one works. We stan the Pichu Bros. Pichu! Pikachu's Vacation is the original short. And I'm not the kind of person who likes to be nostalgia, OG, better. I mean, I totally am, but I don't want to be like that. And Pikachu's Vacation wouldn't be this high if it genuinely wasn't the fact that it's genuinely amazing. In comparison, it's a Pikachu short. It's amazing for being a Pikachu short. It's entertaining, the narration is used the best it ever is, and I think the characters are obviously on display. That it's making absolute use of show don't tell at every possible opportunity, except for I guess moments where it's like freaking the narrator, Cubone is the sad Pokemon. He doesn't like Pokemon. Cubone stares sadly. Then Cubone goes and helps. We could have known that without having to have the freaking narration telling us Cubone is sad. I have eyes, Pokemon. Surprisingly, I'm not 4 years old. Is the implication there that I'm saying that 4-year-olds don't have eyes? Maybe they don't. So aside from a few general nitpicks, generally, this one's about as good as Pikachu shorts come. But wait! There's one more, in which it's the best Pikachu short. Well, it's obviously Gotta Dance. Come on. This is a brilliant Pikachu short. Basically, Meowth has a freaking, like, staff that controls Pokemon and makes them dance and sing. and you get some excellent moves being thrown, some shapes. This is the most entertaining Pikachu short, because it's the example of the best musical numbers, aside from the holiday rap, which again, pristine. But genuinely, I think the musical numbers in Gotta Dance are just fun. They're just very entertaining to watch. Watching Meowth throw some shapes is always a good time, and I can really appreciate this short in its entirety. I have no bad to say about the short, except that maybe it goes on for a bit too long. If it was like a 10-minute short, I think it'd be genuinely perfect. Maybe 50, no, maybe like, yeah. I think if it was just ever so shorter, trimmed a bit of the fat, it would be perfect. Right now, it's the best Pikachu short still. It's not a very high bar, but you did anyway, Gotta Dance. Well done, you're my champion. I'll throw some moves with you, Meowth, any day.
It can't be. My master's not around and I always seem to act like a rat.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. It was lots of fun. I got to watch a lot of Pikachu shorts, and I'm probably a lot worse off for it. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!